Okay, it's Freddy 59100, and I just wanted to make this video to let people in the Bigfoot community know that when I go out and do my investigations and whatever evidence I put on here or on the other pages, it don't make a difference where, I know what I'm doing. I know what I see, and I know there's a lot of people who think if it's not 10 foot tall standing out in the open and you take a picture of it, it's not real. But I live here in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia, and yes, we have a lot of Bigfoots. People don't see them. There's a lot of people I know, I've talked to, who will not, and I repeat, will not say nothing to anybody because people think they're out of their mind. I've been in these woods pretty near all my life, and I know what is and what ain't. I know the sounds of every animal in these woods. I can tell what animal is walking by the way they walk. As far as evidence goes, I posted a photograph of a trip that me and a buddy of mine took a couple weeks ago to Sho Creek over in Nelson County. We saw, or more or less, we know there was a family of them, of 4, maybe 5 Bigfoots on that ridge when we arrived. The whole thing was we was going to the top of the ridge just to do some knocks and some calls and whatsoever, look for evidence. Well, we started at the bottom and we trailed and tracked them all the way up to where their day bed was. We got knocks, we saw signs, we saw broken trees, twisted butt prints, footprints from 24 inches down to a 5-inch footprint and a 6-inch handprint, and a wide butt cheek. Don't know if male or female. Well, I took my photos and I took and made individual copies and put circles and all sorts of stuff to show exactly where they was at. Alright, I had some folks say that it was pareidolia, I was matrixing, and I got tired of it, and, well, not tired of it, but I got discouraged, if you want to call it that. And I had it verified, and what I seen was there. You look at the photograph, the original photograph, might not be able to tell. Now, if you just look at the photograph, period, yes, you can say it's pareidolia and matrixing. But I know what I saw. And I'm not sitting here raising holy hell about everything this, that, and the other. I just want to let people know that I'm serious about what I do when I go in the mountains. I'm trying to do a nighttime investigation here in the next couple weeks, maybe a month, depends on the weather, at a place called St. Mary's Falls in Vesuvius. That's where it's mainly at, right there at the end of where Augusta County, well, more or less terms, just say it's in Augusta County, but it's in a mountainous area because in the Shenandoah Valley we live in a big salad bowl. You can get on any roof anywhere inside the valley and do a 360, and you have mountains all around. We have CC trails. But like I said, I've been in these mountains all my life. I know every nook and cranny. I know what is in there and I know what ain't. I have been paralleled quite a few times by 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 Bigfoots. The way I see it, they don't bother me, I don't bother them. I hear owl hoots, you know, and stuff like that, you know. And when I hear an owl hoot and it don't sound right, that tells me that throws a red flag up and everything, you know. So I'm like, okay. As far as trees, like tree bends, tree snaps, I've been an arborist for over 20 years, and I know what is wind damage and what's not wind damage. Now I will agree, on the last video I posted, that there was at least 3 of those trees that were half dead and they snapped. I assumed that everybody was looking at that pine tree in the background, saying, okay, that tree fell, so that's the simplest answer, that the rest of the trees fell that way. But as common sense would tell you, excuse me, common sense would tell you, if the wind is blowing from from right to left, the trees would be bent or broke from right to left. And all the trees that I've seen broke were mostly locust, hickory, red oak, white oak, and stuff like that. Now you got your softwoods, maple, pine, birch, white maple, stuff like that. Now, most of these trees, some trees have got long roots like an oak. They got deep roots. Pine trees have got short roots. So when a certain speed of a wind comes through, yes, they will uproot and they will fall. And they will crack from, I don't know, 5 feet up to, who knows, 75 feet, whatever, you know. But my main concern is, you know, I'm serious about what I do when I go out. I'm out in the woods every day, depending on the weather, and I walk anywhere from 3, 5, 10, sometimes, I think the furthest I've walked so far is 15 miles and camped out. I've had Bigfoots follow me. I can smell them, I can see the eyeballs, I can hear them walk, even though they're trying to sneak. I've seen them behind trees, I've seen them behind shrubs, behind the log, peeking over. I've seen them up on rock ledges, peeking over the edge, looking at me. But I don't tell anybody because I don't want to be called crazy. So, but anyway, the purpose of this video is just to let people know that I know what I'm doing. I know what I see. I know what I hear. And don't take it the wrong way, anybody, because I'm just letting you know how I feel about it. You know, I love everybody out there in my group, and I respect people who are in the Bigfoot community. And yes, there is a lot of things I still need to learn. One night, me and 2 friends of mine, my brother went out. I learned to lip smack, which I never heard before. I mean, I've heard it, but I never paid attention to it. I run a coyote business in the wintertime. I hunt coyotes. I got over 100 calls, and I could use any call I want. But as I was told, and what I learned is, the Bigfoots like to imitate sounds, like owl, coyotes, crows, and stuff like that, and everything. So, you know, that's basically all I got to say. But as far as the Bigfoot community, I have a lot of respect for you, and yes, I do have a lot to learn. But what I do when I'm by myself, when I walk into the woods, my senses open up. Sounds weird, but it's true. When you're by yourself, you can hear all sorts of sounds, but being in the mountains as much as I do, and, well, we'll just shorten it this way. When I go in the woods, I know what animals are there and what's not there by smells, sounds, walks, or anything like that. Like when you go in the woods, you hear a woodpecker. You know the distinctive sound they make, like the little teeny ones about this big. the little black and white ones to the big 14 to 15, 16-inch mountain woodpeckers. You know the sound of them, and you know how they act and sound and everything. So, not raising hell, just letting people know that I'm serious about what I do. And when I put evidence on here, I'm not putting it on here. I had a comment yesterday saying they don't know if I was serious or not anymore. The bottom line is, yes, I'm serious. If it doesn't look right to me, I'm not gonna take a picture of it. I'm not gonna download it, but I got it in the back of my head. And that's basically what it is. So, as far as the Bigfoot community goes, like I said, I have respect for you. I never stop learning. You never stop learning, you know. I mean, I've seen Bigfoots out in the open within from 15 yards all the way out to 700 yards with a good scope or with spot scope. But I don't tell anybody because I don't want to hear the ridicule. Well, you don't know what you're looking at. Are you sure it wasn't a bear? Are you sure it wasn't this? Or was it a guy in a costume? No. Where I go in the mountains, there ain't no one out there. And right now, this time of year, hunting season's over with, and the only time you'll see them right now is if guys are running coons at night. And that's only till March 10th. So otherwise than that, I know what's in there and what's not. So like I say, it's a Bigfoot community. I respect you, but that's just my opinion of it. This is Freddie, 59-100. I'm out of here.